Oh boy, let's get into it, family. Let's talk about it. I've been over this. I done covered uh, videos like this in the past, but it's always good to reheat some stuff because it goes deep in the rabbit hole. It goes deep in the rabbit hole, you know, in terms and conditions of it all. Sex agents and sex spies. Sex agents, and sex spies. They all around us, family. They work for the elite. They keep records on the people they set up to speak. And let me tell you something. When you're a melanated person, when you get into the industry, if you have no religious backbone, meaning that you don't have no morals of character to yourself and ethics, and you of the world, and you're weak when it comes to sexual practices and intimate ways, well, they got you already because they can see you before you see them, meaning they can read you. You can't read them. They know your weaknesses, so they prey on that, and they capitalize on your weaknesses as the individuals. So the orgies began, the swinging activity began, the sexual parties began. And all through this time, as you moving up in the ranks in the entertainment field, you're being cataloged. And it's gonna come a time you're gonna come to the director's chair. You know, it's gonna come a time they're gonna say, okay, you've been having fun. Now it's time for you to check on in. What can you do for us? We done gave you all this free love. See, they think the practitioners, they think they are demigods, so they feel as though you owe them because they brought you in. So it's a give and take. It's a take and give. This is why I tell folks, if you don't want to be at the behest or you don't want to be under someone's thumb, you got to be independent, black owned, and self-sufficient, meaning that you got to run your own show. Because when you sign a contract, you might be signing your name in blood. It's been so many videos about this. That's where the sex agents and the sex spies come in. They're all around us, folks. You see all these guys getting trumped up with charges and allegations, getting brung up in the court of law and being found guilty and being sent away, and some getting away scot-free because they paid the piper, meaning that it's criminal. They was in criminal behavior, but if they pay the right sources and wet some beaks, they'd make that disappear. That's how the game is played. Or it may be a blood sacrifice or something like that. And that's more, once you do that, that's more allegiance you pledge to Lucifer. I mean, this is no joke, family. This is real. Okay? This ain't no phony bull crap. Lucifer requires blood sacrifices and souls. This is how he works. This is how he gains power within the earth, him and his third, which is the flock, which is the fallen angels, which is the ones that have been kicked out of the celestial bodies way back when onto this plane. And they wreaking havoc until the man upstairs come back for the final judgment. Okay? Remember, Lucifer was a minister of music, so it's only right for him to be in the music and flourishing in the music industry and corrupting the music industry. This is why you have all these problems in the music industry, because that was his claim to fame while he was up in the celestial, the spiritual plane, the heavenly bodies. Before he was kicked out, he was a minister of music. Connect the dots. Connect the dots. So here we have in 2018, sex agents and sex spies. Beware of them. Okay? You might be sleeping with the enemy. Because it's an entry point. When they send them out and they commit to act with you, you open up a door. And usually when that door is open, you might be under influence, either after or before the act, or you was high all along. And some people can't control their thinking and their thought patterns and certain information that they need that's credible for them so they can put it up in their records. You give out loosely because you all caught up in a moment of sexuality and all of that. See, that's the trick. So the deed is done. Once they get what they get, the information, that's it. To them, it's just a matter of business. It's just a release to them. But it's nothing passionate. They feel nothing out of that. That's just a job. See, they can separate that because they're in that realm of thinking. They've been trained to use their body to get information from you. That's right. So in actuality, you ain't the one pimping them. They pimping you. You the trick. You the John, not them. Because you're giving all the information to them because they gave you a piece of their body, whether it be vagina or penis. Vice versa. But they got the information. And they go back to their superiors and give them the 411. You hear me? Some of y'all, this is going to fly over y'all head. See, this is the true, what y'all talk about, Illuminati. This is how they roll. Okay, this is how the powers that be roll. Oh yeah, they got their women and men on deck for that, just for that. But they secretly agents and spies. They gather information, but sex has to be committed, meaning that they will share their body with you. But see, sex is powerful, and that's the whole thing about it. They know. I told you, they see you before you see them. They know your weaknesses already. This is why they find out what you like, what kind of, through talking to you through various people, not the ones that sex agents, and I'm talking about the other agents and spies. They find out what you like. Oh, this man like this kind of lady with these kind of features and stuff like that, this kind of build. This man, this woman, or you can be bi, you can be gay, you can be transgender, whatever the case be. What is your, whatever's your sexual orientation. But the whole thing of it is, they're going to catalog you. And when they cannot use you no more, they will smear you, and they can't get a blood sacrifice out you or anything. Henchmen will come. Names will be brought upon you. You will be set up, and you will be blacklisted, to speak. I'm telling you, family, this is why you got two roads. I told you about the high life and the low life. Video after video, I tell you, it's no escaping. You join these organizations, you get up in these, you sign these contracts. This is required for you. The powers that's in the demonic, it's required for you to do these practices in that occult, in that arena. If you do not do those practices that they require you to do, you will fall in a snare and a trap, and they will grind your ass out until you die. That's what they do. I don't have to make 3,000 videos to talk about it. I don't have to make multiple videos to talk about it. If you're not in the know, if you're not in the power, if you ain't the one running the contracts, if you ain't the run, if you don't know what royalty points is, you don't know the ins and outs of entertainment law, you don't know about production law, you don't know the ins and outs of venues and how you go get tour and tour money and all this. If you don't know nothing about production, entertainment, and the ins and outs of that, certain zoning laws, certain things, documents, you're done.